Hello, this is the Homeless Educator on Sunday night. Today I actually had a really good trade show today, and since the trade show ended a little early, I had an opportunity to step in on the open projects that are meant to help create technology in countries that have yet to build out their technology infrastructure, primarily internet, in Latin America and Africa, and even in rural areas of America, in areas where technology has yet to make its big input. And I had a relatively great presentation and a couple of great questions to the person who basically represents North America. That gave a presentation today at scale. Then a young lady who teaches school was showing some of the technologies that she did in her school, in high school, which was attached to a community college in local Southern California, and some of the free software that she uses, and web page and Twitter and a variety of other resources to engage her students in creativity and design. And then afterwards, as I broke down my trade show booth, I talked to a couple of other trade show people and had a very pleasant conversation. And then I had brought down the monitor. I borrowed a computer, like 25 or 28-inch computer monitor, which I used with my little bitty Chrome computer, so that I could demonstrate, some of basically the features of World Mentoring Academy at Badge Map, and show them how various different degree paths, as well as individual programs, and the various different creative spaces within Southern California in a map type of thing, and engage people in conversations around, and this is the topic where I would say when people were walking down the aisle and they were completely disinterested in this small little booth with one monitor in it and a little Chromebook, because I didn't have all the fancy artwork and exhibit type of a thing. I just had a table and a monitor, and no giveaways either. I was competing against yo-yos and blinking balls and candy and all kinds of things, and I was completely had nothing. Well, my budget's $250 a month. Hello, I really can't go out and buy any of that stuff and give those things away. So I was a little bit on the not a particularly attractive booth in the first place. I can't blame them for trying to pass me by, because they were trying to fill up their, they were like the trade show was kind of like Halloween, and people with the trick-or-treat bags, trying to stuff everything in before the show closed. So the question I asked them as they would walk by is, they said, do you believe in experiential education? They go, what? And I would say it again, and they would say, they'd come closer to me, and I'd say, what? And I said, well, experiential education is kind of like when you went to school, when you were in school and you had your field trip. And you can remember everything about the field trip, but you can't quite remember or recall what happened the day before or the day after your field trip. That field trip was experiential. And what World Mentoring Academy and Badge Map wishes to do is to engage your students in experiences rich in learning opportunities, so that it edifies your learning curve. And so you're really gathering every aspect, and it's feeding every neutron in your brain, so that you're just, it's just soaking it up like a sponge. And what I do at World Mentoring Academy is I'm trying to convince the regular population out there that it's not, online is not in your bedroom, at the library, or at Starbucks. With your technology in your back pocket, namely your cell phone or tablet or laptop, you now can go down to the tide pools instead of marine biology. So it was actually a very interesting tide show, but what was exciting was at the end of the evening when I brought back the monitor for my neighbor. We started to, was served some red wine, and you can see the results of it in my demeanor right now. We started just chatting. He has been an architect for many years and has designed some really great stuff for projects for Disney and architecture and things of that nature. And he decided after running a successful business that it was just too much, and he was more about managing all of the various different designers and architects and engineers in his firm. So he decided to scale back, and he has a desire to teach future artists and architects. And so he went back to school at a very prestigious architecture school that actually my son would like to go to, Woodbury, and got his master's. And he's been teaching a couple of classes at the Art Center and a couple of other places on design and art. And so we started chatting about the whole aspect of education, living, cultural affairs and business and politics and all the other aspects over several refills of wine and a little bit of pizza, and I had a wonderful evening. This is a big shout out to the Greg and Andrus family, which is a wonderful family which I wish that I could have cultivated in my lifetime, but as it is, life has a different destiny for me, and I'm quite happy with it. Thank you so much for following me, the Homeless Educator, slightly enchanted with a little bit of red wine. I'm not a red wine drinker, but it was available. And please follow me, like me, and please check out World Mentor Academy and the resources in rich abundance and creative spaces on the right side on the first page below the first two videos. You are why I do what I do. Thank you very much.